The kinds of family stories passed down about Ben Moy Ling are generally about his talents and his character. His talents were that he had a beautiful singing voice which echoed beautifully in the Wesley Central Church in Lonsdale Street, Melbourne. And I'm told, I have been told countless times that his character was gentle, quiet, and conservative and home-loving, family-loving. Benjamin Moy Ling also attended Wesley College, so I believe that the Wesley Church supported the Moy Ling family greatly, and that Ben Moy Ling and his older brother Josiah Moy Ling were able to attend Wesley College under scholarship because their father was a minister of religion. This shows how old Wesley College is. It was obviously in existence before 1900. Afterwards, according to academic research, Ben Moy Ling was a member of the Wesley College Old Boys Association, so he was invited often to come back and sing for fundraising dinners of this Old Boys body, and he was obviously a member of this network. I understand that Benjamin ended up signing for World War I after many years. He was keen to serve Australia in the Australian Army. However, he had an older brother, Josiah Moy Ling, with whom he was very close, as there were no other brothers but sisters in the family, and Josiah Moy Ling was a conscientious objector to warfare. Some of the possessions of Ben Moy Ling that have remained in the family include a framed photograph of Ben in Australian Army uniform, some letters of advice, especially to one of his nieces, my mother, prior to getting married in 1941. Ironically, Ben Moy Ling was never able to get married. And the third kind of item is a fob watch, which is inscribed on the back, dated 1925, given to Ben Moy Ling as from the Wesley Church, Melbourne, for 25 years of service in the church.
This is the frame that my mother-in-law, Serena Cheung, kept on her buffet. As you can see, it's in the enlistment photos of Benjamin Moy Ling. In the photographs you can see that he wears the patch of someone who was a signaller. Now he was a private at the time and still in training, so to get his patch that early in the piece shows that he was very skilled at what he was doing. A signaller is a soldier who was responsible for laying wires in the trenches and maintaining communication between the front line and headquarters. He also would have known Morse code and used flags for communicating. The fact that he was Chinese, it's interesting that he's in a branch of the service that requires good communication, so he obviously was very articulate. The Moy Ling family were prolific photograph takers back in the early 1900s, and we have many photographs taken of the family and family situations, and of the house in Rathdown Street and another house in Drummond Street. One of the photos was dated October 1907, and it showed the grandchildren of the Reverend James Moy Ling, or the nephew and niece of Ben Moy Ling, at the front of the house. So we came down in 2007, exactly 100 years since the date of that photo, to try and find the house, and we found it with the aid of Richard Brown. So we door knocked the house and met the present owners, who turned out to be the people who bought the house from Ben's sister, Lucy. And they invited us inside. And it turns out that they had done renovations and found documents under the floorboards. and they weren't sure who to give them to, so they held on to them and gave them to us. One of the documents was the death certificate of Ben's niece, Gladys, and so we had photographs taken at the front of the house of our children, the present children of the Moy Ling family, and it was just neat to just have two photographs exactly 100 years apart at the front of the same house of the kids of James Moy Ling.